Okay, hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Sudhakar's Codeverse YouTube channel. Last time we had stopped in conditional statements. We had covered printf statements, input statements, operators, expressions, variables, data types, and we had come to the conditional statements. Okay, and what are conditional statement and what are loops I had already told in the last video. If anyone new to the channel can visit past videos and see them. And once again, if I want to revise, means if condition I had told, whenever you want to put any conditions, means if condition is better choice, and whenever you want to iterate over the boxes or table of sequences, then we can use for loops, and while loop is also used. Whenever the condition becomes false, that time the while loop will break. Means whatever the condition you give, it should be in that manner where the iteration must be going on. If that condition fails, then only the loops will break. Okay, and we have seen all the examples like count 1, print count plus or equal to 1. Okay, today in this only let us do some more problems. The more the problems we do, the better the understanding it will be. Okay, problems. There will be elements problems. Let us see the first problem. Okay, the first problem, let us take that number is positive or negative or 0. Okay, I will be giving one number like 5. Okay, I am storing it in a number variable, and by using if condition I have to say that whether the number which I have stored in num variable, it is positive or negative or it is 0. Okay, then first thing, how to approach this? Okay, by for loop we can do this? No. By while loop we can do this? No. Then we have to go to the condition, because as the problem statement is saying that by conditions only we can get through the solution. Whenever you read a problem, the solution lies in that problem only. You have to analyze correctly what the problem is saying, then only we will get a correct solution and the logical thinking will be building up. Okay, see, now by using if condition, let me try it. If num is greater than 0, that time I will print it as it is. If num is greater than 0 means it is positive number. Okay, again elif another condition will give. If this number is less than 0 means what would I give? I will give as it is negative. Okay, after this last else condition, if both this condition are wrong means the else part will go, where in else part I will give as print the number is 0. Okay, the number is 0, and let me run this. How to run? Python conditional conditional. The spelling is a little bit wrong, you correct it by yourself. Okay, the minor mistakes will be happening. See here, number whatever I have given, it is 5. Okay, one question may arise, we are already declaring the variable. If the user inputs as number -1 means the time what will happen. If that is a question means let me comment it, and I will take n I will take number equal to int input. Okay, why here int here means whatever the number the user enters, it will be in integer format. Okay, now if I run, now I will say user to put 4. Okay, it says it is positive. Again, if the user puts -1, it says it is negative. What if the user gives 0? It says the number is 0. Okay, in this manner the condition will work. Okay, now next problem. As this was about the if condition, next we'll go to the problem as for loop. Okay, we will sum the numbers in this problem. Okay, the first problem was about positive, negative and 0. Okay, next is sum the numbers. What numbers, how, I will be explaining. Okay, the problem, let me do like this. From 1 to 10 I will be taking the numbers. Okay, in that from 1 to 10 if I do plus means on like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 go on till 10 means what will be the output. If manually you go on doing in your mind means it will take a time, but in for loop it will take a second. Okay, let me take e equal to 0. For e equal to 0 I had. For I will take. For let me take s equal to 0, and here e, we can use any variable. As of now in my mind it is coming e, so I have taken this. Okay, for e in s. Okay, for e in s I will say s plus or equal to what, let me take it, s plus or equal to e. Okay, let me run it. Here the error will occur. What error will occur? Let me see. Okay, first part is running. Let me comment it because we are focusing on second problem. The first problem is between little bit troubling me, so the second problem we will be focusing. The second problem says, okay, if anyone are not seeing this, let me zoom it. Okay, this much is enough, I think so. Everyone are able to see now. Okay, this much is enough. Why this code does not work? Let me say, see, it says int object is not iterable. Why int object is not iterable? Okay, let me show you how to fix this error. I will say range yes, as I had given yes contains 0, only one integer, so there were no other iterables, and if you give any int value in the for loop means it won't iterate those integer values. Okay, for to reduce this error, let me take 1 to 10. What is range and everything I will be saying. Let me do it. See now, the answer is 45. Okay, if I do 10 plus 1, okay, what is the answer? 55. Okay, what if I do 0 to 10? answer is 45. Okay, actually when you do 1 to 10 means it is coming 45. Okay, actually it should come 10 plus 1. Okay, zero based indexing will be happening in the for loop. Okay, first 0 will be counted, so the last value will not be counted, so we have to do 10 plus 1. Okay, so therefore what is this range? What you are saying? You are not, I am little bit confused. Is this your question in your mind? Means, okay, here is the solution for that. Okay, first of all, what is range? Range is nothing but nothing but a function. Okay, in this function what the range does is it takes a values range from 1 to 10 like this. Okay, range from 0 to 10. Okay, we have to, here also it takes 3 steps. What are those 3 steps? Range, start, comma, step, start, stop, comma, step. Okay, what are these? Now let me, by doing the code I will understand you. Okay, for I in range I will say it as start I will take from 1. Okay, end I will take from 10. Okay, and next I will be saying jump to 2 elements and print it. Okay, now I will say print I. How this works you see. Okay, hope you all understood what is the sum of the numbers problem, how to sum the numbers. One more thing, a sum is itself a function in the Python. We can use that by summing the elements. Further topics it will come. I will be saying you about this topic. Okay, let me print and see now this. See here what it is doing, for every 2 numbers it is jumping and it is printing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. All the odd numbers are being printed from 1 to 10. Here it is 1 as start, stop is 10, 2 numbers you jump. If I say 1 means what will happen? Okay, see 1 number, it will be incremented. Okay, if I don't give, what it will happen? Nothing, it will print. Okay, in this manner we will be printing the numbers, or whenever you want the indexes of the any sequence of values, the range is very much important in the for loop. Okay, hope all of you understood what I am saying. Okay, then now let me move on to the problem. 2 problems you are understanding. Okay, these are little bit simple. Okay, whenever you do simple problems you get a confidence. By this confidence only you will be moving on ahead. Okay, now we will solve with while. Let us do one very fixed question in the interview. I can say they will be asking, what is it? Fibonacci sequence. Okay, if the user will input 10, what are the Fibonacci sequences from 1 to 10? If you want to know, means here is the solution for that. Okay, Fibonacci numbers. Okay, from users we will be taking a number, input, I will say enter the number. Okay, he will enter the number. Okay, this much is clear, I think so, everyone. Okay, as the user will give input. Okay, first of all, what is Fibonacci numbers you have to be knowing on. Then only the logic of Fibonacci number, once you understood, then only you can write the code. Okay, first what is logic we have to think, then only we have to start writing the code. Okay, first Fibonacci numbers, how they will be printing. First 0, 1. 0 plus 1, what it will be? 1. Okay, 1 plus 1, what it is? 2. 2 plus 1, what it is? 3. 3 plus 2, what it is? 4. 3 plus 4, what it is? 7. Okay, 4 comma 7. Okay, what is 7 plus 4? 11. What is 11 plus 7? 18. Okay, how the sequence is going on? See it. First 0 1, 0 plus 1, 1. Then next element 1 plus 1, it is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 2 plus 3, 4. 3 plus 4, 7. 4 plus 7, 11. 7 plus 11, 18. Okay, in this manner the Fibonacci numbers are going. Okay, this is correct. So let us do one thing. In one variable, in a list format, whatever this is there, it is a, we call in Python this as a list. In other language we call it as an array. Okay, 0 and 1, it is good. Okay, next while I will take length of fib I will take. Okay, it must be less than or equal to n I will take. Okay, here I have given a condition. What condition? You will be understanding. Okay, and in while loop, how the for loop works and little bit about the list I want to stop to you. Means list are nothing but it is an array where we can store any sequences of numbers, and we can store any data types like strings, tuples, integers. Okay, these are the data types. So datas we can store in the list. Okay, now for I in range. Okay, y range, you all of you know, has 0 and 1. 0 index, 1 index have been filled in the list. Now from 2 index to n index. Okay, whatever the numbers have been given, here it will be taking down. Okay, and fib dot append. What is append? It is also a built-in function where we can store these values into that fib, a list of values which is containing a fib variable, we can store in that. Okay, further when I will be going on detailing studying about the list and saying you, that time will be clear what I am saying. Okay, I will clear this topic, don't worry. As of now, understand append is nothing but whenever you want to append some elements from here to another place, means we use append. Okay, in real life example, if you want to see which example I will give is, okay, if you want to keep a book aside, what you do, you carry a book and you keep it in one side. Or if you have a cupboard, okay, and the book is in one table and you want to keep that book into the cupboard, what you do, you take it and you keep it in cupboard. Here what it is happening, here you are appending the element. Okay, and whatever you append in this list, only one item you can append, not 2-3 items. Okay, this rule satisfies the append. Why I am saying one? Okay, only one thing you can append. Okay, not one or two, not greater than one. Okay, in this manner the append works. See now how I will append the element fib. Okay, I minus 1 plus fib I minus 2. Okay, in this manner if I do, it is okay. I think so. Everyone are clear still here? Okay, everyone understood, hope. I think so. And let me print the field. Okay, and let me run it. Okay, upside all have been commented down. And next, if I go and I say enter the number 10, means see here all the Fibonacci numbers from 0 to 10. Here it is 0, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 3 plus 5, 8, 5 plus 8, 13, 88 plus 13, 21, 13 plus 21, 34. Okay, in this manner the Fibonacci sequence has been printed. Okay, one more time if you did not understand the problem, I am revising it. See, first Fibonacci number was the problem statement for us, and we understood that what is Fibonacci number. Fibonacci numbers means Fibonacci sequence, how they have been printing. First 0 plus 1, initial values are at 0 plus 1, what it will be? 1. So third element 1. So second and third element we have to do plus. We will get fourth element. Okay, 1 plus 1, 2, fourth. If you want to get fifth element, means last element and that to last element, what it is we have to do plus. Okay, 1 plus 2, 3. Okay, same for the next one goes 3 plus 3, 4. Okay, 2 plus 3, here it comes 5. Sorry, I was wrong little bit here. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, next 8, next 13, next 21, next 34. Okay, sorry, I had been wrong. Okay, my mistake, man, my bad things. Okay, first 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, h, 3 plus 5, h, 5 plus h, 13, 8 plus 13, 21, 13 plus 21, 34. Okay, so as I had taken input statement, the user will enter the number, and if he'll enters the number, and I had stored already the first two elements. Okay, then I took a condition. What condition? Till the user enters 10, till the number crosses the 10, the condition should be working on. So I thought while loop is better choice to use it. So I had taken length of fib. Length of fib means there are two elements. 2 is lesser than n. Okay, and it will be going on 3, 4, 5. In this manner it will be going on increasing. Okay, for the indices. Okay, from 2 to n. 2 to n means 10. 2 to 10. Okay, append. I had already told you. Append is nothing but whenever you want to append some values and store it in another list, means we will be using append. As an example, I had told you book. You have to keep in cupboard, means you append one book and you keep it in a cupboard. Okay, in this manner it will be working. Okay, now let us go through the next problem. Okay, here are the important topics like break and continue. These are also very much important topics, and these are very frequently we will be using these break and continue statements when you will be solving the problem. What are break, what are continue, I will be seeing now. Okay, let us understand about break. Okay, these three examples are very much important, and further more examples should be practiced by your own. Okay, to understand it better. Okay, after break and continue, one more last problem I will be doing, and that is also important. Okay, now let us study about the break. Let me do and show you one thing, then you will understand about break. For I in range 1 to 10, I will print the numbers. If I equal to 5, I will say break, and I will say print I. Okay, this one is correct, I think so. Okay, it is correct. And if I run it, see the break statement. First, the for loops runs from 1 to 10. I have given a condition. When the number comes 5, it should break, means it should stop. Okay, in this manner the break statement works. Real life example: whenever you are driving a two-wheeler bike or a car, whenever you put a brake, means you suddenly stop. No, in this manner only. In the loops, if you want to break, okay, till this much is enough, means you have to use break. And next part is continue. What is continue? Same this example only I will take and I will explain you. Here I will say you as continue. Okay, first when the value comes 5, it breaks. Now when the value comes 5, what it happens, it will not print that value. After that value it will print what it is doing. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, means the fifth value is been skipped here. Okay, whenever you want to use continue, means whichever value you want to skip and move on, means we use continue. Okay, in this manner it works. Okay, now last problem, vowels count. This is also very important. Vowels count. Okay, now let me store yes equal to Rahul. I will store it a string value, and store is nothing but I am storing the vowels here. Okay, for character in yes. Okay, if character is character int EIOU, means store plus equal to character. Okay, after this print store. Okay, in Rahul, how many words are vowel? We will get now. Okay, see, in Rahul, vowels are A and U. I told the count. Okay, if you want the count, means nothing bro, just a length is a function in Python. Okay, length I will take and I will say store 2 and AU. Here you can understand, see, 2 and AU, where the two items are vowel in a word Rahul. Okay, so that you have given on this Rahul. What if the user gives practice and this how many vowels are there, what will their count? Yes, nothing, it works. Okay, in this all scenario only 3 vowels are there, AU, I. Okay, what are vowels? It's a basic thing, all of you know, I think so. Nothing I have done, I have taken in a variable of yes a string value, and I have taken a store where I will be storing the vowels. In this, whatever the string contained a vowel, it will be stored in this. I have taken a for loop where each letter I am been taking. For character in yes, first R character comes here. If this R character it is in AEIOU, okay, it is not in AEIOU, so it does not print. Again it comes to A in S. Okay, A it will take A in AEIOU. Okay, E is in AEIO, so I will store it in here. So here it stores a, and again I am printing the length. Length means how many vowels it contains. Okay, 3 vowels it contains, and it was 3. Okay, in this manner we have studied today about all the problems, and all the problems I had used another conditional statements for one problem. First negative 0, for loop for another sum of the number problem. For range, what is range you all understood, I think so. What is Fibonacci you understood, and the Fibonacci how I have solved you understood by while loop. Next, what are breaks, what are continue. Okay, all of you understand, hope I think so. And last sum was very much important, and even this might be asked in the interview questions. Okay, if the user want to input means nothing, take an input value and take from the user and do the things. Okay, hope everyone understood today's topics and the problems. Okay, now next we will be going to the functions. What are functions, how the functions are used, or else we will be moving through the data types or data structures in Python. These are also very important topics before knowing functions or data types. Next video you will be knowing which topic will be out. Okay, hope all are well. All of you take care of your own self and all of your own family members. Okay, thank you.